Hello, Nicolette here. I am your 39-year-old virgin. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you want to hear more and you want to see different videos that I will be uploading about this journey of me being a virgin for 39 years. This video is going to be about one of the reasons why I believe I'm still a virgin, and that's because I did not want to settle. Okay, so stay tuned so you can hear about me not wanting to settle as a reason why I want to be, or I am still a virgin. And I upload videos every Saturday and throughout the week as well. So if you want to be alerted to when I upload, press the bell and definitely subscribe. So now let's get into me not wanting to settle. So there was once a time where I used to go to like conferences for youth, and the last time I went on one, there was a conversation about relationships, and I was talking, there was a panel, and then I had made a comment, and I was talking about how, having standards and not settling. And I remember after the whole conversation, this young man came up to me and was like, "Girl, you say you don't want to settle. Everybody settles." And in my head, I was like, "Sir, I'm not everybody. You don't know me. So bye," right? So you guys, I think it's a horrible thing for a female or a male to resign themselves to being unhappy just because they want to have sex, just because they want a child, just because they want a white wedding. Like, you want to live the rest of your life miserable and unhappy just for a title? That's pathetic to me. I'm sorry, and I know that word is strong, but I feel like a person needs to look inside and understand that marriage, according to God, is forever, and forever is a long time. So when you're settling, you're agreeing to be miserable, unhappy for a very long time, or at least until God changes your mind about what you had decided in the past that you wanted, right? So I have a lot of standards. I have high standards, and I'll talk about that in another video, because that is one of the reasons why I am also still 39 and a virgin. But with all those standards I have, I will not settle. Right? And granted, my perception on certain standards may change, and I may see life differently, but there's certain things that I would desire and want that I'm not going to settle about, right? And so one of the things that one of the ways my opinions have changed, right, is, about riches, okay? So I wanted to be totally I wanted to marry a prince from England, from Moscow, right? Like, we all want to be rescued by this knight in shining armor, a person who's a millionaire. And I get it. That is not for everyone. That is not what God wants for everyone, because he knows our personalities. He knows who we are. So as my life changed, I started realizing that wealth and riches is not everything. But believe you me, I do not want to marry someone who cannot provide for me. So that provision is key. The fundamentals behind that provision might change. It might not be like he can buy me, red bottom shoes, or whatever other, Hermes, which is like $37,000, and fur coats, which are $40,000. But what is my taste anyway? Do I want those things? Do I value those things over, having a husband who cares about me deeply, who comes home every night, who helps me with the children, who helps me with the house, when possible, who doesn't allow me to want for anything, need anything, but it doesn't have to have a price tag on it that is exorbitant, right? So I decided that there's certain things I will not settle. There are certain things that I will not relinquish on. And having a man that provides for me is one of them. Having a man that's intellectual is another. Having a man who has principle. Having a man who's godly. Has a man who attends, church and is a priest of the home. Like, there's certain principles and values I will not settle for. And some people, they do. They just don't care about the kind of person that they're marrying. They just want to marry. And that's a very risky thing. I will tell anyone anyone who will listen, I'm okay being single. And that's for another video as well, where too many women are too hungry, too thirsty for marriage. Loneliness scares you too much. It triggers you into having these anxiety, panic attacks when you think about living alone for the rest of your life. Listen, God created you by yourself unless you had a twin. And even if you had a twin, y'all didn't come out the same time. Like, even if it was a C-section, they pull one out first and then the next one. So everybody is born alone. Triplet, quadruplet, templet, I don't care what it is. Okay, that's not a word, y'all. I don't know how you call 10 children at once. But the point is, God created you to find completion in him, not in another man, not in another woman, right? So if you do not feel complete by yourself, alone, if you do not make use of your your singledom, that moment in life where you nurture yourself, learn to love yourself, learn to be comfortable with your own thoughts, that's a problem. Okay, because even Christ himself said he was alone. He didn't even have a rock to lay his head on or a home to be. Like, he was with friends. He was by himself. So you not wanting to be by yourself is really dangerous, very risky. And it allows you to place yourself in situations where you are with people, whether female or man, whether it's a friendship or I don't know, spousal situation, where you're miserable, where you're getting hurt, where you're getting abused because you don't want to be alone, right? And that's an issue. And so I am not settling just because I'm lonely. I am not going to settle and take a man that I know I don't like, know I don't want, know I don't agree with what he's doing, what he's saying, how he's behaving, how he's treating others, how he's treating his family, how, I don't want that for my life. Because first of all, I mentioned in the previous video, and if you haven't seen it, subscribe and check out my last video about valuing myself, the fact that I'm educated and I have high, self-esteem. That's important. You have to have high self-esteem and know that you are okay all by yourself. Granted, God created man for women, women for man. He says it is better that there are two rather than one, because when one falls, the other can pick him up. So it is godly for us to find a man and a woman and marry. That's what God wants. God created Adam and allowed him to feel the need for Eve. However, you have to also realize that we are in a world of corruption, and your special someone might have made a different choice in life. And if they didn't choose God and you have remained with God, you have lost your special someone. And if God doesn't allow them to change and turn and do differently, that person is lost to you. Okay? Surely God can create someone else, right? But it should not be within your creation. A lot of us, we force God's hand. We demand that he gives us a particular person that he knows would not be good for us. Kind of like Samson did, right? Samson said he wanted Delilah because she pleased him well, knowing full well that her lifestyle went against everything that he was brought up to be. His mission, his purpose in life did not suit who she was. He didn't care. And that's what happens to us when we settle for that which is less than what God requires. People who are not beneficial to us, who will not help us in a spiritual manner, in a financial way, in a physical way, whatever. Like, that person is supposed to pour into you in such a way where you grow exponentially in every way, especially spiritually. So you have to be very careful when you are demanding of God and demanding of yourself things that you were not meant for, right? God did not create us to settle. He wants what is best for us over and beyond. So I hope this was helpful to someone and allows you to see your worth and value and to understand that you're okay by yourself. Don't settle. And seek to elevate, seek to upgrade and not diminish your standards, because your standards are valuable to you and to God, and God sees you as valuable in his eyes, and he will not allow you to settle. Now, if your special someone is not around yet, wait for him, pray for him, right? Prepare for him, but do not settle with someone else who will ruin your life and allow you to be miserable for the rest of your days. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.